In this video on the method of substitution for integration, we work through the example that we see on the screen here, in which we're told, using the substitution x equals to 2 tan of u, find the integral that we see here. So that's the integral of 1 over x squared plus 4, in parentheses, raised to the power of 3 over 2. And one of the things that makes this type of question stand out is that at the end, to state our final answer, we'll need to make use of right-angle trigonometry. In fact, we'll even be drawing a right-angled triangle. Don't worry, that will make sense when we get there. Okay, well let me start by moving this question to the side. That should do. And as I usually do, I'll quickly write SOL for solution here. Alright, now to get started, I usually like to make a copy of the integral, and I like to give it a name, so I call it capital I. So capital I is the integral of 1 over, in parentheses, x squared plus 4, all of which is raised to the power of 3/2, and I mustn't forget the dx at the end there. Alright, so here we're given the substitution that we have to use. Indeed, we're told that x has to equal to 2 tan of u. So let me write that here, x equals to 2 tan of u. And one of the things that makes this feel a little different from what we've seen so far is that we're not explicitly given an expression for the new variable u. Indeed, we're not told that u is equal to something. Instead, we're told that x is equal to some function of u. But don't let that bother you and focus on the goal of rewriting this integral in terms of this new variable u. So let's see. Looking at the denominator we have here, we've got x squared plus 4 inside this pair of parentheses. And since x is equal to 2 tan of u, hopefully it's clear that x squared will be equal to 4 times tan squared of u. And therefore x squared plus 4, well, that will be equal to 4 tan squared of u plus 4. So I'll quickly write that. That's 4 tan squared of u plus 4, which we could also write as 4 times, in parentheses, tan squared of u plus 1. And I should point out that as soon as you see tan squared of u plus 1, or more generally, when you see tan squared of x plus 1, that should ring bells. And I'll use the upper right-hand corner here to remind you of an important result. And that is that 1 plus tan squared of x is equal to secant squared of x. And in fact, I'll box that result. Do make sure you remember this. It's quite common in method of substitution questions. And so with this result in mind, we could go one step further here and state that x squared plus 4, and in fact I'll write it here, x squared plus 4 is equal to 4 times secant squared of u. So that's 4 times secant squared of u. Okay, and I'll go ahead and box that, like so. And let me quickly insist on how important it is to keep this result in mind. Indeed, once you're done with this video, I would recommend trying to take care of this integral using 4 tan squared of u plus 4 instead of 4 secant squared of u. And you should quickly see that things won't run quite as smoothly. Alright, so as such, that's this expression x squared plus 4 on the denominator taken care of. Of course, we'll have to rise this expression to the power of 3/2 in just a minute. But before doing that, let's take care of rewriting this dx in terms of the new variable u. And so let's see, for that we go back to the expression we were given here, so that's what's given in the question, x equals to 2 tan of u. In fact, maybe I'll branch it off like this. To figure out what dx is written in terms of u, all we have to do is differentiate this expression we have for x in terms of u. So let's go ahead. Differentiating it, we'll have dx du, which will equal to 2 times the derivative of tan of u. And the derivative of tan of u, well, that's equal to secant squared of u. Or we could also write this as 2 times, in parentheses, 1 plus tan squared of u. And both of these results are perfectly valid, but I'll go ahead and choose the first one, this 2 times secant squared of u. The reason being, we already know that we'll be replacing the x squared plus 4 we have on this denominator by 4 secant squared of u. So it definitely makes sense to choose this first option. And so focusing on the equality I'm hovering over right now, we can rearrange this to make dx a subject and state that dx is equal to 2 times secant squared of u du. And I'll go ahead and box that result. We can now comfortably rewrite this dx in terms of u. And in doing so, and I'll do that at the top here, the integral turns into capital I equals to the integral of 1 over, so x squared plus 4, which we saw was 4 secant squared of u. So that's in parentheses 4 secant squared of u raised to the power of 3/2 times the dx we have here, which we've just seen can be rewritten as 2 secant squared of u times du. So that's 2 secant squared of u du. All right, now on this denominator here, this 4 secant squared of u raised to the power of 3/2, well, distributing the power of a half across this pair of parentheses, the 4 we have here becomes 2, and the secant squared of u becomes secant of u, and then raising each of those two factors to the power of 3, we'll get 8 times secant cubed of u on the denominator. In other words, this integral is equal to the integral of, and I'll move this onto the numerator, so that's the integral of 2 secant squared of u over 8 secant cubed of u, and of course we have our du at the end. And now looking at the integrand we have here, I'm sure you can appreciate that this 2 over 8 simplifies to 1 over 4, and secant squared of u over secant cubed of u leaves us with 1 over secant of u. In other words, this is equal to the integral of 1 over 4 secant of u. But now since secant is equal to 1 over cosine, this 1 over secant of u, well, that just becomes cosine of u. And so taking a factor of 1/4 outside of the integral, and using the fact that 1 over secant is equal to cosine, this entire integral written in terms of u becomes 1/4 of the integral of cosine of u. And in fact, in an exam, I would probably box that result. At this stage, we've successfully changed the variable to u, and we've fully simplified the integral we need to find. All right, now integrating cosine of u causes us no trouble whatsoever, and so we can state that I, the integral, is equal to 1/4 of the integral of cosine, so that's 1/4 of sine of u, and we'd have some constant of integration, c. All right, now at this stage, our answer is written in terms of the new variable u, but we need our final answer to be written in terms of x. And so the question becomes, how do we deal with this sine of u? In other words, how can we express sine of u in terms of x? And for that, we can make use of right-angled trigonometry. Here's the whole idea. We were told from the very beginning that x is equal to 2 tan of u. And in fact, I'll use this space on the page here. So let me quickly make a little separation, like so. And I'll say that again. We know that x is equal to 2 tan of u. Consequently, tan of u is equal to x over 2. But given a right-angled triangle in which an interior angle is u, we know that the tan of that interior angle is equal to the opposite over the adjacent. So the idea here is to either think of or even draw a right-angled triangle which matches what we have here, tan of u equals to x over 2. Thanks to that triangle, or once we've drawn it, we'll be able to figure out what sine of u is written in terms of x. And so the triangle would look something like this. So if I quickly draw a right-angled triangle, there we go, my right angle here, and I'll say that this angle here is the interior angle u. And so for tan of u to be equal to x over 2, I'll label the opposite side length x and the adjacent side length 2. So that's x and that's 2. And since this is a right-angled triangle, we can use Pythagoras' theorem to find this triangle's hypotenuse. Indeed, this hypotenuse will equal to the square root of x squared plus 2 squared. In other words, the square root of x squared plus 4. And so I'll quickly label that. This hypotenuse is the square root of x squared plus 4. There we go. But now since we know all three side lengths of this right-angled triangle, we can use it to find an expression for sine of u in terms of x. And so I'll write something like this. I'll just say, and, sine of u is equal to, well, given the angle u here, it's equal to the opposite over the hypotenuse. So sine of u is equal to x over the square root of x squared plus 4. So that's x squared plus 4. And again, in an exam, I would probably box that result. And so using this result, we can rewrite our final answer for the integral as the integral I is equal to 1/4 of x over the square root of x² plus 4 plus the constant of integration, c. And that's the final answer. And there we go. That's it for this example on the method of substitution for integration.